Hey there, getting some time today to do our December market update. You're probably very familiar. We went through the numbers, tell you if anything's changing in our market. And a lot of this is going to look the same, but of the trends we've been seeing. But what I really want to discuss is kind of what's really going on to explain why our market has done this, where the narrative has always just been around. It's extremely low supply, but it's a little different than that. And I want to discuss that at the end. But we're just taking a look at some of the numbers here. And as we always do, you can see last 3 years, we'd like to focus on what's going on this year relative to pre-pandemic in 2019. The total amount of listings to market is only a 1% difference between this time in 2019 and today. Under contract, 4%. We're a little bit above 2019 and putting properties under contract. The price values are way up, almost 20%. We know that narrative as well. And the homes sold is actually up. So we're almost 8% up on the homes sold with the same amount of listings. So that's interesting. Just I'll get to that in a second. Now let's just compare the month of November 2019. I've got 2020 in the middle here, but I'm really more interested in the pre-pandemic and a healthy, normal, what we consider normal real estate market. New listings, we're actually 9% below last month. So in the month of November 2021, we didn't have as many listings come to market as we did in 2019. Under contract, we're actually up about 10%, 11%. So less listings, but more under contract. Very interesting here. Average sold price way up. This is just for the month of November. That's 34%. And then again, the total homes sold, we actually went down. So the numbers and the way you break them out here, and remember, we're only looking at Clark and Oconee County. This was a shortfall again. There's a lot of realtors that are talking about frustrations in the market at certain price points, and then as you get higher, there's a lot of homes that are sitting. But overall, as you're going to see, we don't have a lot of inventory. It's a very interesting time. So I wanted to go over with these visuals with you to take a little better look, if we could. This is listings to market. Let me move my head a little over here. Listings to market over the last 3 years. Why I think this is important is we keep talking about low supply. Our supply is low. People aren't selling their homes. Well, it feels that way. But let's look at this blue line. This is 2019. This is the trend of listings way up in May, and then a continual fall down to September. Let's look at 2021. We were really shortfall in February, and then we came right back up, and we kind of stayed above 2019 in listings, and then we took a sharp fall in August. This is where it started to feel a little different for things on the market. But overall, if you look, it still was trending down in 2019. So this is not abnormal. The difference is we are actually below on the amount of listings this time of year that we usually would see. I was hopeful at one point to see more listings this fall because of our market being so strong. Actually, we've seen a tightening up of the market, and there's reasons for that. But I think what's interesting, if you recall, we saw the same amount of listings almost from 2019 to 2021. So we've got more sales, same amount of listing, more under contract. What's that tell us? Well, I mean, here's the residential sales. Compare that red line and the blue line, which are 2019. Other than 2019's really big peak in May, the fall off almost mirrors a normal market in the fall. So while the things might feel slower to some, in certain price points is very typical. It's the same thing we would have seen in 2019 as far as the sales side. Those are mirroring each other. That's almost a good sign because that feels normal. But what we all know is the prices have gone up. But let's take a look at what's also driving this factor. I put one of these out on social media, talking with a colleague here and just looking at what's for sale. What can somebody go buy? So as of yesterday, when I did these numbers, these are the total amount of homes for sale. Now, keep in mind, these are not condos. I pulled out that, and I'm only looking at active listings, residential homes, not multifamily, residential homes. The total amount of active homes for sale in Clark County are about 55. Of those 55, you got about around the 30 number that are over 500,000. Now, the good thing about Clark County is you have a lot more that are under value. That graph's actually wrong, but you have a lot more that can be purchased below 500. Probably more around that same should be right here. You're looking around half and half, 50-50, under 500 and that. So apologies for that being wrong. But Oconee County is where it's really interesting. There's, as of today, 32 homes for sale. Of those 32 homes, 21 of them are over 500, really almost over $600,000, leaving only 11. So what's happening here is these 21 homes, several of them have been on the market a while. They're larger homes, they're a little bit harder for people to afford. In some cases, you might have someone that, frankly, a home is overpriced. That's still a thing. You can do that. And these 11 homes, they're just staying in the market or below 500. And some of them, I know a couple came on yesterday that I probably have offers. But if you're a home seller and something's not happening, definitely examine it. What's going on that I want to talk about is I'm going to go back up to here and looking at these new listings. So the narrative is people aren't selling and we don't have enough supply. Well, we don't have enough supply because the demand has gone way up. What I want to get across to you is people living in our area, done this since 2004. I've never seen this amount of people trying to come into our area. Can't speak to what's going on in Savannah, other parts of the country. I can look at reports about it, but here in Athens, technology and COVID response has allowed a lot of people to change where and how they live. A lot of them are choosing our area. We see people moving from all areas of the Southeast and across the country. So really, the amount of people that are interested in buying a home and the amount of people that can have gone up. Our supply has just done this. So our amount of listings to market are maintaining the same. What could happen to change this market is a slight tip in interest rates and the eventual slowdown of demand. They don't forecast that, but at some point you do have to feel like when we had 50 buyers, maybe it goes to 35. So I feel like, we are kind of seeing a leveling, calming, but it's December 2nd. So what will happen in January? If we get the right amount of listings to market and we can fit some supply, it might continue that way. But when more buyers enter the fold again, if we can't put the listings out there, which could be a problem, we will see another difficult market for home buyers and in 2022. So long and short, a lot of the trends are the same. Just wanted to talk about the fact that actually the supply of listings is the same. That's the problem. Demand is up, no change in supply. If anything, supply dropped after September. So have a great week. Happy holidays. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Let us know if you have questions about anything towards the end of the year. Reach out to an agent here at 5M Realty, 5 Market Realty, 5mrealty.com. Thank you.